Hey everyone, welcome back to Tilted PodQuest. This is episode 3. I'm your host Paul Michael, joined as always by Alex.
Hey guys.
Let's get right into it. I think we're getting into a decent rhythm now. Things aren't as awkward. Anyway, we'll start with Battlefield. Alex, you still haven't played, right?
No, I haven't gotten a chance to play Battlefield 2 yet. Battlefield 6 yet, sorry.
Well, funny you say Battlefield 2 because I did manage to play, and I think there's a pretty brilliant piece of marketing going on with EA, where I don't think they requisitioned enough servers purposefully, because I tried to join with some friends the other day, and I saw one of them. He was greeted by a login queue screen, and it was saying he was positioned like 167,000 something, and it equated to a 20-minute wait to get into the game. So which kind of makes it, I don't know, it kind of feels like maybe they should requisition some more servers, because that 20 minutes is a long time to wait today. But on the other hand, it kind of makes it feel like there's so many people playing this game, I need to wait and see what all the hype is about, you know?
Yeah, I believe they have enough servers. I don't believe they anticipate even more crowd.
Oh, so you think they just underestimated?
They probably underestimated. A lot of games tend to do that. Same with the World of Warcraft. When the new expansion release, those queues are long. But I believe this next weekend, which is the second week for
The open beta?
The open beta, August 14 to 17, I'll think they'll add a couple more servers. It'll probably still be full, but
Well,
it
they hope.
is huge. It is huge. And we can't wait to see if they added anything special. Was there any more campaigns? Mode, I would say.
No, it was, I want to say, identical to what I played at the event prior to at the multiplayer reveal event. So yeah, I think they're using a similar build to what they showed us. But if I recall correctly, the build we had back then didn't have much in the way of graphics options, whereas here it's pretty much wide open. I played on my Asus TUF F17 gaming laptop, it's got like a 13th gen i7 and an RTX 4070 with only 8 gigs of RAM, VRAM, but its screen is a 1440p. So, long story short, it ran the game in ultra pretty well. I couldn't get the frame rate thing on NVIDIA to show, I think because it's using EA's app. I downloaded it via EA instead of Steam. Mm-hmm. And so the graphics hooks in EA's apps are probably slightly different, because they have a bunch of anti-cheat stuff of their own, which was apparently hacked pretty quickly, or like bypassed, but and there's been waves of bans already.
So, yeah, they recommend you should have secure boot on.
It's not even recommended. You have to have it. It will not launch otherwise.
Wow, so that's a game changer, because a lot of people have dual boot, like Linux and Windows and stuff, or they choose not to use official Windows operating system. However,
they sail the high seas.
Yeah, I'm this day and age, a lot of people will find ways to bypass a lot of things. So, I guess, it's Windows 11. We're in the Windows 11 era now, so secure boot's probably recommended by Microsoft, and so EEA is trying to get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I know now, though, there are at least ways in Linux to use some sort of key generator or something to enable secure boot, even if you're going into Linux, which traditionally doesn't support secure boot. If you want some help enabling secure boot, we do actually have a guide written up on our site on mpfirst.com, so check that out. Maybe we'll put the links in the description.
Probably.
You are reviewing an upcoming game. What can you tell us about this mysterious game?
So I cannot give out the game name. I could probably reveal the publisher, but I'll hold off on that. They made a new game. It's not officially announced. It hasn't been reviewed. Can't find it on their website or any Google search. It's very rare to see that happen. However, I believe since the embargo is on next week, I might be able to showcase it after the previews. After the embargo is over. But I will have to see what that's like, because they're very restrictive of what I can show off.
It's in a familiar universe. It's in a pretty high-profile IP, so that's why I guess there's all this secrecy still. That the people who actually own the copyrights or whatever, they're very carefully crafting their story, but I will say it's a freaking huge universe.
I would say the game was pretty good. It's not hard to understand, I would say, but it's not beginner friendly. It's a lot of things that make you frustrated, but I can tell you that I like the game. It's not those type of games where I would say action-ish or actiony, but that's all I can really say for now.
Well, stay tuned until we can, I guess, break the news when the embargo lifts.
So we have a subscriber talk to us about board games. We can and we could. We're not much of a board game family-ish, I would say.
You try to convert us to it.
I try to. It's hard. Everyone is busy. We all have our own things to do.
Yeah, I mean, even just scheduling this podcast takes, we're like a whole day just to figure out timing.
Yeah, but I like to talk about one board game in particular, Kingdom Death Monster. So that board game has been around probably 8 years, 10 years now, probably more, give or take. So Kingdom Death Monster is a board game where it's about survival. So you, yourself, or with friends, try to survive through this world. It's like Games of Thrones plus Berserk, if you ever read that manga, plus other creepy, type horror, in a sense. So starting off, I'll give you probably a synopsis. Starting off, your survivor wakes up in a cave with no recollections of memory or anything. They have inks over their eyes, and the ground that they're staying on is like full of faces, like stone faces that is just popping out. And then the first monster that they see is the white lion, and literally it's a brutal game. Like, you have a high chance of dying because it's not really a forgiving game. So the chance of you losing an arm or a leg or limb or anything like that is very high. When I played with my wife, it was fun. We died twice in the campaign, so we have to restart. It takes usually one good hour for the showdown, is what we call it. Mm-hmm. During those showdowns, you can cut the lion's balls, which is funny. Yeah, it's very adult themed. So this game is a very adult theme. But once you do kill him, you will start creating a settlement. So it's a resource management game with very path chosen, like choose your own path type game, where every decision you make can affect your settlement and your progression through the entire campaign. So every year, they call it lantern years. You have up to 30 lantern years. You go on hunts to gather resources, and you keep fighting monsters, and then each monster gets stronger and stronger. Mm-hmm. And some of the monsters are grotesque. Some of the monsters are just downright stupidly strong, and so you have to prepare all that. And eventually, there will be more expansion coming out. Recently, they have tons of expansions. I believe the latest one was Red Witch expansion, but it's a whole narrative. You could be spending like at least good 2 hours a day playing one year. So that's the gist of the game.
Now, how many players is it? And is it co-op only, or is it PvP? What?
It's 4 players. Okay. Or you can play solo, up to 4 players. Each person controls their own, survivors. And if there's 4 players, each person takes turn controlling the boss in the game. So it's a deck building type base for the boss, and each card that's revealed shows where the boss moves and how they attack. So it's, like I said, it's unforgiving. I believe starting out when you're fighting the white lion, you have to roll a 6. It's a 10-sided dice. So you have to roll a 6 or a 7 in order to hit once. And in order to wound it, you have to do the same roll again. So if you hit and you miss the wound, basically the lion lives. And he comes back and smack you in the face. So it's, like I said, the game's unforgiving. If I do get a chance again, I will probably get back into KDM. But for now, that's a snippet of it. We'll probably discuss about it more in the future.
Yeah, I think I played it with you guys a couple times, and I don't think we won once.
No, it's a great game. I love it, but like I said, it's like taking time, a good more than 2 hours off of your day, just to set up the board game and then play it. You need a lot of room. That's all I'm gonna probably say about that.
Yeah, we played on the coffee table, and it was pretty much covering the whole table. One last thing. How much does it cost?
So I don't know the pricing now. I believe before when I bought it was $300. Now it's probably 400, 450.
Wow.
Just for the base game.
Really?
It's not like for any viewers who are interested. It's a miniature game, so you basically have to build the miniatures and paint them. Paint the miniatures. Otherwise, you can play. Just build it with cement glue, or cement plastic cement glue, and then just play with those figures like that, or use chess pieces or something. But I would say that just build miniatures, paint it when you can, and play with those miniatures. It's really fun.
Yeah, so this is not like Monopoly or something. This is like a commitment.
It's commitment. It's a strategy type game where you rely on your friends to back you up, or watch them run away and leave you to die.
Right. All right. Well, switching back to video games, there's a new major release coming out that we wanted to discuss real quickly. So coming out on PS5 and PC is Lost Souls Aside on August 29th. So there's some trailers to check out. Maybe we'll link to those as well. But basically, think of like Devil May Cry plus Final Fantasy and maybe some Souls-like. We're not really sure, but because right now we just have a couple trailers to go off of.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but it looks similar to Devil May Cry. It might lean towards a bit more Final Fantasy-ish, but break away from the traditional turn-based and maybe more action turn-based.
Yeah, I didn't see any attacks like stop, and like they didn't show interface, so don't really know exactly what's going on, but the action was pretty quick, right?
Yeah, I if it's leaning towards more Devil May Cry, I'd probably get into it. There is no collector edition for it. As far as I've seen, because I tried to buy it, the collector edition, there's no search collector edition. There's a deluxe edition, I believe, and a pre-order edition. So you get some digital content, like maybe like an outfit or something, but that's all we know about. However, I'm excited. It's been in production for a very long time. The first person who created, I think he's South Korean, I believe. I can't quite remember, but he spent 4 years developing it, spending his own money to develop I think a 2-3 minute trailer, and then Square Enix picked him up, and then here's the game, full flesh. So I'm excited. It's a long project. I think it's more than 8 years since he developed that game.
And is this his first game then?
It's probably his first game. We're amazed because most of the models he had was just bought off of different stores, and then he just mashed it all together. And it looks really, really nice.
So he used an asset thing, yeah?
Yeah. Like I said, I think he spent $2-3 grand off of his own pocket money, and I mean, he got, like I say, he got hired. So there you go.
Wow, yeah. Well, I just hope you said it was Square Enix.
I believe so.
Well, whoever the publisher is, I hope that they have given this guy enough time to actually, to cook, and that they're not going to launch it in some terribly buggy state just because they ran out of time and or budget, which would be unfortunate. But I mean, it happens all the time with these kinds of things. So hopefully everything goes well for their launch on August 29th, and we'll probably review it. Whether we buy it or we get a review code, we will probably have a Lost Souls Aside review on release day or shortly thereafter. So watch out for that. Watch this space. All right, moving on. We have the Xbox Games Pass list. It was recently updated with some new dates for some pretty major games. I'll just read them off right now. We have Aliens Fireteam on August 12th, so that's just around... Actually, that'll be out by the time this podcast publishes. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 Enhanced, also August 12th, so that'll be out. Nine Kings, August 14th, that'll also be out. Herdling, August 21st. Gears of War Reloaded, August 26th. That's a pretty big one. Ball X Pit, or Ball Cross Pit, October 15th. Keeper, October 17th. Ninja Gaiden 4, October 21st. And The Outer Worlds 2 on October 29th. So the last one's probably the biggest one for me, The Outer Worlds 2, which reminds me I gotta finish the first one.
So to let our viewers know, we are more of a PlayStation players. We do have little brothers that play Xbox, so we try to incorporate both console. However, we're more of a PS5 and a PC gamers type. So we'll try to include some Xbox games if we can. Same with Nintendo Switch. We're not a huge Nintendo Switch players too, but from time to time we get some Nintendo Switch games that we can test out.
Yeah, I mean, we still have the Switch. I don't have a Switch 2 yet, but I probably will get one. I'm thinking like this Christmas, because why not? I mean, it looks like it's a good system. I'm mostly just excited to play a new Mario Kart, because I've played all of those. Like I spent hundreds of hours on the Mario Kart DS back in the day.
I heard Mario Kart wasn't the new one that wasn't bad, and same thing with
Yeah.
was it Donkey King?
Donkey Kong,
No, sorry, Donkey Kong.
Bonanza,
Sorry.
yeah, Bonanza.
I heard that was like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. So that may look good, but I'm still kind of like iffy on the Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, if you like
Company.
if you like their first party properties, you get their new system eventually, because they all shift to the new one. Like there's going to be new Pokemon, new Zelda, new all of their classics, Metroid.
Yeah,
Although
but
the Metroid release was dual platform, they
mhm,
also do that for a while. I remember when
yeah,
the original Switch launched, there was Zelda Twilight Princess, and it was on both the Wii U and the Switch, which kind of held back the Switch a bit. So
yeah,
they're going to do that again, because all their systems print money these days.
yeah. I'm waiting for the Metroid. I want to see how that's like before I buy a Nintendo
Yeah.
Switch 2. But I heard that even the new retail, when people buy the Nintendo Switch 2 from the retail stores,
Mm-hmm.
it got banned or bricked, and so they had to like literally go through like series of support team on Nintendo just to unlock it. So I don't know.
I have seen that actually. I saw a YouTuber who purposely used a mod chip on the Switch 2, and in no time at all, the console got banned. And he tried all sorts of things. He did like a factory reset, and it didn't matter. At the hardware level, gets banned on the network, and it can't be used. Like period.
Yeah, I don't know if Nintendo Switch 3 comes out, they might just say, "Oh, we bricked Nintendo Switch 2 because hey, uh, everyone should start using the Nintendo Switch 3." I guess more maybe they'll say more secure or something. But we'll see what the development is. Things can change.
I think they might. They might. Who knows? They might get sued by the European Union or something.
Most likely, I'm hoping for EU to
Step up.
step up, and same with US, but we'll see for now.
Outside of the Xbox, well, we couldn't pull up a PlayStation like extras and premium, PlayStation Plus extras and premium catalog update. We can tell you that some games are actually going to be leaving soon. So if you haven't played any of these games, get ready, because they'll be falling off your plan later this year. Let's see, we got launch title Bug Snacks, Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker, Ride 5, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That one's
Popular one.
yeah, that's a pretty popular one. Sword Art Online. There's 4 different ones. So Alicization Like Chorus, Fatal Bullet, Hollow Realization. I think I reviewed that one. And Last Recollection. The Witcher 3, another big one.
Yep.
Topspin 2K25, UFC 5, Wild Hearts, Sword Art on. Oh, there's a 5th Sword Art leaving PlayStation Plus soon. That's Lost Song, and then Vacation Simulator. Oh, that's PSVR. I gotta check that one out before it leaves.
Yeah, Witcher 3 has been a huge game. I haven't still finished it. I believe I'm on the last chapter, or like 10% of the game left before completed, but I never got a chance to complete it.
Yeah. See, I barely made it through the tutorial. I've been so bad, but I mean,
It's a great game. It's a great game. I do recommend it to people who maybe haven't played The Witcher 1 or 2, which same thing, I never played Witcher 1 and 2, but 3 was just amazing.
So I hear. It's on my list. It's on my never-ending backlog. All right, let's see. We have, switching gears, where we took a break from pinball last week. If you remember, we are in the middle of a tournament that a local place called Pinball, called Revenge of in Glendale, California. They host a tournament seasonally, it seems. And this is, what is it, season 11?
Yep.
And we did manage to play last week. I didn't do that well. I got paired with some people who could really play, which actually kind of helps me, because it means I only earned, I think I got like 16 points maybe. And so for basically the way these work, quick refresher, is that you play 6 games and you're paired with 2 or 3 other people. And each pinball game lasts like a normal game. You get three balls, but it's in 4-player mode, so you switch in between. Depending on how you score, you get points, right? First place gets 7 points, second place gets 5, third place gets 3, and fourth place gets 1 point. So how did you do?
I did pretty decently. It's still not too great. However, I up against two people who played pinball for a very long time, and I would say that they're very, very good. They say, like the first two balls, they say, they haven't warmed up, but like their score goes beyond like 100,000. It's like, I haven't caught up to them.
100 million, you mean?
Oh, sorry, 100 million. Yeah, sorry, 100,000.
Unless you're talking about Wonka.
Yeah, no, 100 million. So like just one game alone, and I'm just standing there for like a good 30 minutes reading a book, and then it's like my turn. It's like, yeah, I can't beat this score, but I still try.
Well,
So,
any table highlights for you? Any you did particularly well on?
so the one table that I thought did bad on was, I believe, Funhouse. So Funhouse, surprisingly, I didn't know what the game objective was or any skill shots. I just like shot whatever I can, and basically, to my surprise, I got first place, and I don't even know how I did. I felt like everyone else did better than me because they've been in there longer. My first ball was like 5,000 points, and then it was like got in. I couldn't do anything, so my first ball failed me. Second ball, I did pretty decently. I think I was still behind. Third ball, I managed to get a multi-ball, and I think that got me to first place.
Yep, that's usually all it takes. If the rest of your group doesn't trigger a multi-ball, then whoever does can essentially seal the deal. Like, that night I actually did. I was only with two other people. We had a play ahead. Play ahead meaning they couldn't make it that day, but they played all the tables at the Revenge of place, which cost a little more money, but allows you to submit scores for that week. So we don't know what this fourth guy how he scored, but it was Jaws. I scored at like 121 million, and it was enough to win amongst our in-person group. But the play-ahead guy played even better than that, and I got second for that one. But that was my surprise of the night, because I hadn't really played that Jaws machine, but maybe twice before, so I'm not familiar with it. Shout out to my one of our teammates, Nicole. Yeah, Nicole. She gave me like the rundown of the table when I told her that that's the thing about this pinball community, is that they're very welcoming, and they're more than happy to share a tip with you, because it's a friendly competition. It's not like the Olympics or professional sports, even though there is some money at stake, right? Because if you get a top 4 finish, you get your money back and then some. But it's not even about that. So
yeah, I love the community. They're very nice. Like, you ask them a couple questions here and there, and they'll more than happily answer for you, or find someone who knows the answer to direct you to. I even mentioned like a couple skill shots, or even know how to juggle the ball and stuff. And yeah, people have been helpful. So that's what I like about this pinball league, I would say. I don't know about other places, so I can't chime in, but I like Revenge stuff so far. I wish there was one closer to us, but who knows? Well, maybe in the future.
Maybe we'll be the ones to open it. All right, so we are just about out of time. Real quickly, we are still headed to PAX. That will be Labor Day weekend. Be sure to look out for coverage for that. We got some new hardware that we're gonna use for the first time there.
We got a couple of new hardwares. We're hoping to release one last time before we head off to Pax West. We may or may not be able to upload anything the week of Pax West, just so you guys know. We might go live, but we'll see how our schedule are. It's kind of packed right now, for the most part.
Yep, but with that out of the way, thanks for tuning in, and if you made it this far, thanks.
Thank you for supporting us, guys.
See you next week.
Ciao.